What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Everything You Want, Nothing You Need, now with clear audio, because we turned on the right microphone setting on our computer. Always double check your audio, kids. On tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the games in 2021. See what we got coming out. If you're seeing this, congratulations. You made it through 2020, which was no easy task. Believe me, that was nothing short of amazing. 2020 was nothing if difficult for everybody, for myself included. I won't go too far into things, but it was hard, and I'm still struggling with it a bit. There's a lot that happened. There's a lot to still comprehend. The clock struck midnight New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, and COVID didn't just go away. You know, we still have a pandemic on our hands. People are still sick. The death toll still is massive. Masks are a requirement in every building you go into, or at least they should be. But that's another topic for another day. I'm not going to go into all that here and there. But I do know, were it not for video games, I would have at least lost my sanity in 2020. To have everything that you looked forward to and everything that you wanted to do, and all the people you wanted to see and things you planned on places you planned on going, just stripped away. If it wasn't for video games, I don't know what I would have done in 2020, and I think most people feel that way. Animal Crossing got me through the first half, and then sort of a variety of different games got me through the second half of 2020. But so with that tonight, I figured we'd take a look at some games coming out in 2021. Actually, I was just reading up on IGN's article. They did just update this as of 2 days ago. There are, it looks like 33 games as of today confirmed for 2021. You have Hitman 3, The Medium, Outriders, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, not Browser's Fury, not Internet Explorer. Riders Republic, Bravely Default 2, Destruction All-Stars, Returnal, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, Roller Champions, Ruined King, a Legacy League of Legends story, reading is fundamental, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, Back for Blood, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, New World, Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Battlefield, Halo Infinite, Lord of the Rings Golem, GTA 5, Next Gen, Horizon Forbidden West, basically Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel, Horizon 2, Chorus, Crossfire X, Evil Dead the Game, Ghostwire Tokyo, God of War Ragnarok, Gotham Knights, Hogwarts Legacy, No More Heroes 3, Open Roads, Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil Village, Shadow Warrior 3, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Stalker 2, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, and that appears to be the end of the list. So a lot of names there, but interestingly, nothing, for the most part, that list is rather tame. A lot of the names on that list will probably be great games. They'll probably be fun, and a lot of people will enjoy them, but not a huge, massive list of blockbusters on the horizon. At least from what we know. God of War, Ragnarok, really any of the games on that list can be delayed to next year. 2021, there's no guarantee date for any game, as Cyberpunk 2077 showed last year. Just because it has a release date on the trailer and on the calendar, and even after going gold, it still does not matter until it's in the hands of the consumer, and even then, once it's in the hands of the consumer, it could still be a total mess. Let's not forget that Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm not going to go into this huge fiasco of it, but probably the most anticipated game of last year, one of the biggest games of last year, that everyone just followed, and the hype just built and built and built and grew, and then the game came out, and it was just a mess. Total lack of consistency across the board with quality control, especially with the last-gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, a just complete mess. So that is something to kind of, have a grain of salt with all these games I just listed off, the 33 games. It's possible only 20 of them come out, 10 of them, maybe none of them. It's just a possibility in this day and age. You never know. In the world we're living in 2021 now, it's just crazy. The delays and the expectations in the game industry, the workload versus the world around us is just really staggering. I'll be surprised if a lot of these games, really, if every game on that list comes out when they say they're supposed to, even the ones that don't have release dates, if they all come out this year, I'll be pleasantly surprised. And even then, if Cyberpunk has taught us anything, these games, they don't need to come out just because they have a release date. They need to come out when they're ready. That's something that's really important. Just because they said, hey, we'll have it by this day, if it's not out by that day, it's okay. Let them finish it. But dear God, developers, be transparent here. If you've got something on a certain platform and you're not showing that off, people are going to start asking why. People are going to start asking questions now. So, obviously, I'm not going to get into the whole PC versus console debate. That's a whole other topic for another day. But if you're only showing off one platform and you've got 4 different platforms that your game is coming out on, people are going to notice that nowadays after Cyberpunk 2077. A couple of games that people are really looking forward to but aren't on the list. Things like Breath of the Wild 2. That's a game that was announced, several years ago at this point, and still no word on. We still haven't seen gameplay. Still no release date. It's not expected to be this year, but it would be a pleasant surprise. Same is true for games like Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 was originally announced, I believe it was Game Awards 2016 or 2017. Either way, it is a 3 or 4 year old announcement. We got a very, very brief 10-15 second teaser. We saw a logo, and that's it. That's it. Haven't seen anything since. No gameplay, no official announcements, no behind the scenes, nothing. Same is true for Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4, we saw a logo at E3 2017. They announced the development was being basically restarted. That game is totally up in the air with when it will come out. Again, could be a great pleasant surprise, but at this point we're just going to have to wait and see. That's all we can do. But if there's one thing I do know, it's that games are what's going to get us through this. The pandemic's not over. That's the reality. Pandemic's not over. We have a long ways to go before the world gets back to normal, if it ever will. So, I just wanted to kind of talk about that real quick, get some things off my chest, talk about where I've been. I see the comments all the time, where's Ultimate Gaming? You should make more Ultimate Gaming. I'm well aware of that. This is nothing new. If you followed me for a long time, you'll know that my biggest weakness is and always has been consistency with a schedule. I tend to bite off more than I can chew with the shows, with the productions. I always want to make them perfect. I always want, I have the expectations of a show that takes 20 people to make when it's really like me and 2 or 3 other people at most. I can say Thomas and I are working on a very cool project, and I'm mostly excited about it because it involves a script. A lot of Ultimate Gaming is sort of like, we'll turn on the camera and see what happens. And this new show we're working on is something that's heavily scripted, almost fully scripted. It is more of a traditional show, in a sense, and it's something we're really excited about. We're working on pretty hard right now. Thomas has been doing a lot of work on it, and I've just kind of been putting ideas in here and there for the time being, but I really hope that gets off the ground soon. The Ultimate Gaming episode recently is filmed. I've got probably 2/3 of it completed. I just need to get off my butt and wrap it up. So hopefully I'll have that out for you soon. The podcast I will probably be bringing back as a more regular basis just because I miss it. I don't know how often others will join. I don't know who all will join. Things are just kind of up in the air right now with a lot of it's a crazy world we're living in 2021. So with all that out of the way, I've rambled on long enough. You're probably not even watching this at this point, but hey, if you are, thanks for sticking around. 2020 was a crazy year. It was a wild year. Speaking specifically in terms of YouTube, it was actually a pretty cool year for me. I blew up. The channel blew up to almost 1,500 subscribers overnight, which was really cool. I've made really cool connections this past year with G4, which is coming back. I've made connections with some of the staff there. I'm the executive producer, working on a documentary with Chris Gore, based on G4. I'm really excited about that. There are some cool things in the works. There's some cool things I've been doing, some cool things I've been involved with. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to tell you all. And that you're all amazing. I appreciate you all. Those of you who have supported me and stayed with me this long, and those of you who are new, hey, welcome. You're awesome. I love you. But yeah, that's it for now. So I'll let you get going. Be on the lookout for new Ultimate Gaming. If you have ideas for what you want to see more of, by all means, leave a comment. I'd love to start streaming more on Twitch and doing live streams. But again, I have to turn everything into a production. I want it to look really, really good. And there's some equipment for that right now that I don't have. So that is that. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.